Hello and welcome back to Jakubication. Today you're going to learn about functions and modules in Python. Functions are a collection of code that you can give a name that potentially has inputs and outputs. Calling a function means to stop executing the code you're currently executing and begin to execute the new piece of code. Parameters are the names of the inputs when you define the function. Arguments are the name of the inputs when you call the function. Returning means to go back to the original function you were executing, as well as optionally giving back a value. Functions. Functions are defined like so in Python. Def func arg1 colon. A def is a Python keyword you use when you define a function. Func is the name of the function. Arg1 is a parameter name. You can have as many parameter names as you want. The colon signals the start of the function body. Functions must be indented after this line. Functions continued. If you return nothing in a function, Python will return none by default. None is a special value that represents the absence of any value. Unlike other languages, there's no special requirement that code will start running at the main function. It's still a good stylistic choice to have a main function though, as it makes your code easier to read. Built-in functions. Python has a wealth of functions baked into the language. Abs, absolute value of a number. Min, minimum of a variable number of arguments. Example, abs of -2 is 2. Min of 1, 2, and 3 is 1. Hold on, a variable number of arguments? Don't worry, we'll get there. But not in this video. Functions, example. You've def main answer equals mult. Div of 6, 2, add of 1, 2, and then you print out the answer. And below that you define the functions add n1, n2, return n1 plus n2, mult n1, n2, return n1 times n2. And div n1, n2, don't mind that if allows 0 part, call main at the bottom, which means when you run this code, the main function will execute and it'll give you back the answer to your problem. Positional parameters. The normal way you saw them defined in the example code. The n1 and the n2 are positional parameters. Keyword arguments are a different way to specify arguments when calling a function. They must come after any positional arguments. The order of the arguments can change to not match their corresponding order in the function definition, as long as you link them to their name. You can call div like div n2 equals 2, n1 equals 6. The order can differ, but the argument's name in the function call must match the name of the parameters in the function definition. The n1s and the n2s must match up, in other words. Optional parameters. Parameters that can be omitted in the function call if not needed. Def div n1 n2 allows 0 equals true. You can now call div like div of 1 2 false and do whatever you wish with that piece of information being in the function call. Also, you could leave out that argument and still have the function work like before, hence the optional of optional parameters. Keyword only parameters, defined like optional parameters but after an asterisk. Div again, def div n1 n2 asterisk allows 0 equals true. Now, allow 0 can only be passed as a keyword argument. The print function prints text to the screen. By default, every printout ends in a new line. You can change this. Print has an optional parameter called end that is set to \n by default. To change this, call print like print high end equals t. Now high will end with t and not the new line. Print can take a variable number of arguments and print them to the screen, regardless of type. Example, print 1, 2, 3, 4 will print out 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space, because by default Python separates these arguments with a space. This is again an optional parameter, this time called sep. To change this, call print like print 1, 2, 3, 4 sep equals dash, and that will print out 1 2 3 4. Modules. Module is a file containing functions and variables intended for use in other Python programs. Modules can be imported using the import keyword. Some modules come baked into the language. The math module comes with math functions and constants. The OS module comes with operating system functions and variables. Math module example, import math, math.square root of 4 returns 2.0, math.pow23, that's 2 to the third power, so that's 8.0, and math.py is 3.141592635897993, and so on and so forth. OS module example, import os.name, nt for Windows, and it's POSIX for Linux and Mac. Making your own module code, you have the code on the left is the code you saw before from the example code. At the bottom you say if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals underscore underscore main underscore underscore call main. We'll get to what that means on the next slide. And then on the right side you say import A, which means import all this functionality on the left. And then when you're seeing a.add, a.div, a.mult, that's doing from this A module you've imported, call the mult function, call the div function, call the add function. So that mimics the functionality on the left, but now you've separated the functionality of trying to do it and the functions themselves into two different files, which can be good for code reuse. Underscore underscore name equals equals underscore underscore main underscore underscore. This is a magical incantation you must chant to ensure that the code after only runs if the Python file containing it is run directly. From the example, A's main function only gets called if you're running a.py. This is an important guard to have, as if the imported module has a code that is run automatically, the file you've imported the module to will run without the guard. Note, not all imported modules have code that is run automatically, so this guard would not be needed in those cases. Ciao.